I don't know who that is closest to the cam, but has
I
some
think that
pretty
is,
rad-looking glasses there.
I think it is Cammy that's gonna be up close. But yeah, I'm liking the glasses. Solid. They look just like the ones actually in game as well. I think, you know. All right, so we're going in. Lux and his children. It's literally undecided. BigEvil's Bongos. All right, Splat Zones on Wahoo World. And we're gonna see
Fire
you come
fin.
out with the fire fence. So we got the bomb rush actually. I think it's a good decision.
Yes, it was actually pretty interesting because Lux had asked us last night, honestly, guys, which do you think is better? Do you think I play Charger better or if I play Heavy better? And I think unanimously as a decision, we decided that he had played, and as we say, they're proving himself there, good with Charger for sure.
He said, "Excuse you, what you trying to say about my charger?" No, that is 3 down already on the side of literally undecided. Lux going in hard, chasing after Tripsian. Does go down as well. And we see Tripsian actually on the Kensa Junior, so we're looking for those bubbles, those quick pops. That is another weapon that pops them very quickly. They have Bomb Rush ready still, and they sent out 2 specials already. That's Rain and Armor. And this is already rough. Oh, such a good snipe. 3 down, going down again. Lux gonna go down, unfortunately, to Celadon. Celadon actually going a bit more aggressive with the T-Tech, it looks like, the Octoshot. So we're going to see, hopefully they can build up some specials and push back in, because this is already down at 30, and that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, and it's actually a really interesting choice here with the Gluga, the Kensa Glugas. Most of the time, if you want an armor weapon, you see either Zap or the Junior, but as I say that, they're going to cap the zone instantaneously there with that splashdown.
Very good push for the splashdown and bubbles. Looked like pretty good coordination there. Lux tried to hold it down with the splash, or with the bomb rush, but it just didn't seem to work. Canner dancing for us. It doesn't have enough ink for the fizzy bomb, but got enough ink for the dance. I love it. So now they're actually going to start this push. They do lose control of the zone, but we see a couple go down. There is a flank coming in from Latios. Inkjet coming in as well. T-Tech going to take down some people.
Yes, and so, I mean, it seemed like it was going to be BigEvil's Bongos victory there as they got it all the way down to 9, but really you're going to see a true team's measure about how they get back in, and really unfortunately there they weren't able to cap as the Ink was the last one, and unfortunately not very good at painting the zone.
Yeah, you can't quite paint with that. It's just like when you can't paint with Stingray. We do see Tripsian now going in with these bubbles, trying to get these pop. They do keep control now. This is actually looking a little scary, but they're probably going to get control here with that bomb rush. Yes, 2 are going to go down on the side of literally undecided, and now we see BigEvil's Bongos pushing up and going to get aggressive again. Does go down though to Celadon. Celadon here with that T-Tech, gonna cause more damage. Gonna go down for it. Unfortunately, Galuga's down on the side of BigEvil's Bongos. We're gonna see if they can hopefully get set up and hold this down. Got another 30 seconds in that timer to go down for the, and we'll see if they can.
So it's very imperative that they kind of charge their specials here and coordinate as a team. That Booyah Bomb, although a very strong special, really it's just a glorified Ink Strike, and really they can just easily paint over it if it just gets focused on. So unfortunately they had their 2 specials out there with the bubbles and the Booyah Bomb, but unfortunately did not allow them to cap, and it's going to lose the game there.
You see the splashdown over here from Canner? Just Slosher just arises into the sky, just chilling.
Just land things.
Right, just land things. I love it. Okay, so that does go to BigEvil's Bongos. They are going to take game 1. Literally Undecided actually had some good pushes in there. And they seem to be getting more of their more coordinated in terms of how they want to use their specials. But again, yes, with Ink Strike, or not Ink Strike.
Ink Strike, let's go. Going back to Splat 1. Take me back to that game. Make E-Leader great again, please.
Not Ink Strike, but like you said, with Booyah Bomb, you can paint over it pretty easily, unlike how you can with Bomb Rush. Bomb Rush is going to paint that a lot more effectively, I think, than Booyah Bomb with. Booyah Bomb more so is to control an area and try to get people to move out of that area, so maybe throwing it past the zone a little bit would have helped. But we're going to be moving into Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track now. This is a map where I think sloshers really tend to excel. I don't know if anybody's going to end up bringing one out, but they work out really well here. We did see the Kensa machine coming out on the side of BigEvil's Bongos. I think, or was it? Did it end up being on literally Undecided?
It was, I mean, it's just
such
a common,
Canard.
weapon. But
I think it was Canard actually running it, so
yes.
my bad on that. But yeah, I do think they, hopefully the slosher will work out a lot better for them on this map.
For sure.
Rainmaker home track is something that can just snowball so quickly if you're not careful, though. If you lose that first engagement really badly, if 2, 3, or even if you get the full wipe on them, then you're going to see those points go down so quickly once they get pushed up.
Yes, and one thing I just really dislike about this map is that that line that goes off into the, I want to say, to the enemy's steps over to the left side.
That ink rail?
Yes, that ink rail, and you just hop on it, go a little bit further, and just get on top, and it's already down to 30, 25 points.
Yeah, it's really quick. It's also it's just dangerous for you. We do see the Stingray coming out. Lux now going to bring out the heavy. Cammy also on heavy. Celadon switching to a more aggressive position now rather than the charger that we saw earlier. We do see everybody probably going to go for this pop in mid. Looks like it's going to go in favor of BigEvil's Bongos. Tripsy going to have to pull back now. Hopefully not go down. Nobody does go down. That's really good for them, so they can actually defend a push or any type of pressure that's going to come in from BigEvil's Bongos.
Yes, and
as I said,
and Tripsy and going with double bomb build. One of the more annoying builds that you could probably go. Very effective indeed. And Lux doing excellent job here with Stingray.
Yeah, got to throw out that Stingray to help the push. Unfortunately, everyone else does go down, but he's going to get a pick for his troubles. He does get 2. Lux still living. Okay, he does go down there. 2 are going to go down now. Eladios actually jumped in as well. Didn't work out so well for them, but it was a good stop, honestly. 54 is not too bad to have to deal with. It was looking a lot more dangerous with 3 down and 1 having to jump out. Now we see the Booyah Bomb coming in, trying to pop that, trying to pop the Rainmaker shield. Not quite going to be able to. They do actually get that, and Tripsian's going to go down. The Junior's down, one down on both sides. Do see the special built up from Lux, so they're going to have to watch for this Stingray. Lux actually going to pick it up, though. They're trying to cause more pressure and take it over to the side of a literally undecided. 1 going to go down with the Rainmaker shot. Bubbles coming in. Bombs flying everywhere, exploding everything. This could actually be really dangerous. Another one's going to go down. The Booyah Bomb coming out. Everyone running in, and it's going to go down all the way to 7 before it gets stopped. Now, 54 wasn't too bad. 7, on the other hand.
It's a little worrisome there. But, even though 7 is a very, very good push, I can't agree with that pickup by Lux there. I mean, perhaps he was just the only one in the vicinity at that particular moment in time, but definitely could have helped out that push and maybe even gotten the knockout if he had backed up and kept his ray and allowed somebody else a little bit more expendable at that time to pick it up. And now it's just going to extend the time here, and we're going to have a little bit of a seizure here with our screen, at least on our end.
Yeah. Oh, goodness, yeah. Yeah, it was interesting for Lux to pick that up. I saw them having the Stingray, and it would have been good for him to be able to do that Stingray in the same position. But, hey, they're the ones playing right now, and they seem to know the situation a little bit better. It worked out pretty well in the end. 3 actually going to go down on this side, and now they're going to get this push all the way to 11. Unfortunately, does go down. Going to try to hopefully pop this. Oh, they're fighting so hard for it. They do see another one go down. Alfie's going to go down as well. Cannon's going to try to pick it up. Does get the lead. Let's go. They always get to 3. 3 is even more difficult. They are going to have to dunk it just for the win.
And you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, in that one play can literally mean the difference in a match. If I'm not saying that it's Lux's fault, no. But saying that it could have been that Stingray. It could have been that one decision, hey, someone else pick it up, that we could, because one thing that is very dangerous is complacency in this game. You think that you have it in the bag. You see the single-digit number. It's 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game. You're like, I got this. There's no way they come back from this, and it just immediately spells your doom right there while you're watching the other team just basically dunk it.
Yeah, I think one of the issues in terms of that complacency that you're talking about is something that people do is they try to defend too hard, and then, okay, we slowly give up a little bit of ground, slowly give up a little bit more ground, and then you end up finding yourself all the way pushed back. You have nowhere to move, and then everybody ends up going down, and they get that winning push. Rather than going, pushing it back, the fight on their side of the map.
Exactly.
That's usually what you want.
Yes, because really when you have that mentality of, oh, it's 7, we got this, you start to think, oh, we don't really have to push up, oh, we don't have to get any more points because, well, it's single digits, so we've got this. It's going to be really hard for them to push back, but really it's just Splatoon is, although a fast game, is a game of mental patience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a teamwork game, and if you're not working well together and you don't have the correct mindset about how you want to handle that situation, it's going to go downhill really quickly. So we do see next, we actually are going into tower control on Sturgeon Shipyard. This is actually a really popular map for ray weapons. I think that ray works out really strongly here. We're probably going to see a ray from both sides, I would assume. But do you think that Lux is going to go back to that sniper, or do you think he's going to go with a heavy?
I think heavy or splatter scope or splat charger are definitely completely viable choices here. The only thing I would probably say is that charger has a little bit more difficulty in riding that tower in the preliminary checkpoint as it gets to that first checkpoint, because you can't really watch out for flank and then also watch out for forward, which can easily just get you picked off here.
Okay, we do see Celadon going back to the charger as well. So we're going to have 2 chargers on each side. Lux actually going with the unscoped version, so he's going to have a little bit more mobility than Celadon will, but Celadon's going to have that extra range on him. You see them pushing down into mid, and let's see who can win this initial neutral battle. We do see Tripsian pushing up here now, trying to get a little bit more aggressive. Celadon trying to find a pick over the sides. They're going to cause a lot of pressure, taking up more of the map. Tripsian going to get on top, but maybe a little early, trying to force that push to happen. 2 are going to go down now on the side of literally undecided. Usually you want to get a little more than no picks before you start your push, right?
Yes, and you see it's very unfortunate that Tripsy there kind of went down before they could even farm. They were very close. They were 5 points away from charging their special, and really that special could have made the difference in getting their push. And now instead, BigEvil's Bongos is going to have their first push, and see if Canard is going to be able to fish that pick there. Yeah,
it does look like Lux is going to jump out, save those extra points he's got for Ray, and the Volley is going to come out. They are going to take this control now. That's going to be 2 down on the side of BigEvil's Bongos. Booyah Bomb coming out, probably going to stop this tower push. Hammy going to jump off very smartly. Get on tower, now going to launch out these missiles. They've taken lead, and we do see the Ray coming out as well on the side of literally undecided. And now this is actually turning into a pretty strong push, but unfortunately they don't have an answer for Lux's Ray.
Exactly, and Lux is very proficient at using Stingray. With that Stingray, you just have to get out of the way. If you know that you're going to get killed by it, you just have to jump out, because you can't just risk, that this person is going to be bad at Ray, especially when it's Lux.
Yeah, you can't just count on someone happening to miss. You usually want to play something that's going to be a little more absolute, like you being able to jump out. Hopefully you can get out in time, just like Lux did there. Celadon wasn't quite able to get the pick on him, but probably would have if he had stayed. And now we see the Stingray ready. Maybe gonna go down, does barely survive it somehow. You do see now they're gonna have control of neutral. BigEvil's Bongos is, and they gotta find a way in here.
Yes, and so the thing is, in Celadon's position right now, she just has to play a patient game here, as you can't just rush into mid or try and drop down whenever your team doesn't have the advantage, because you just risk it in that situation where the pro was almost died there and almost lost their Ray.
Yeah, so we do actually see BigEvil's Bongos get through that checkpoint now, and they are pushed way up into a literally undecided spawn. Are going to see another one go down. Maybe another here, but they get past the second checkpoint, and now this is very, very dangerous. do see nobody's on the tower. Tripsian is able to somehow stop it just for a second. It's pushing the 2-1, and he is not able to climb up on that tower in time.
And you see the issue there is that, you know, it seems like a very obvious thing to do to get on tower. But you know, when you're in that immediate situation where you're trying to defend and you're trying to shoot people off the tower, you're just enabling someone to just easily get on, because it is actually very difficult to hit somebody on tower behind that pole. That pole actually grants so much coverage against your shots, and really you just basically give them 3 points if you just hop off and just allow them to ride and you try and shoot them off.
Yeah, you have to at least try and keep it in neutral, especially when they've got it at 4 points, because just stepping on there for a quick second is going to push it all the way to 0. So it's something you really need to keep in mind. Usually jumping off in that moment, especially when there's 2 people there, is not the best idea. And plus they had the pressure of the splat bombs as well that they could have thrown down, so nobody could climb up and actually fight them, and hopefully hold it out until the rest of the team was able to respawn and get back in there.
Exactly.
So next we are going to be going into Clam Blitz on Snapper Canal. We are going into Game 4 now. This is round 2 of Silver Pools. BigEvil's Bongos right now up 2-1 against literally Undecided, but they've taken 1 game. They can take 2 more as well. Or will we see BigEvil's Bongos finish it out here on Clam Blitz?
We'll see. You know, with Clam Blitz, as I've moved to Japan, I've seen literally every weapon under the sun being used in every single match mode combination. And, you know, something that I see a lot, at least in Japan, is, ironically enough, splooshes. Sploosh is just insane at mobility and just able to just dash around this map, collect clams, and just be a nuisance and just break open that basket. And while you're concerned with them, you know, if their team is doing the right thing, they'll just have more clams to back it up with, and already just get rid of all their points and just win the match.
Interesting. So you don't actually see the ink brush all that much, rather than
I mean, in the States, I definitely see a lot of ink brush. I mean, also in Japan, but I'm kind of hoping I'll see a sploosh, even though splooshes have a negative track record for them.
they have a bit of a reputation. So we do see Lux actually going ballpoint, and Tripsian not going with the brush this time. But they do have the bubbles to push in. Very strong bubble weapon in the Kensa Junior. See the Kensa Pro, sorry, the Kensa Machine coming out, and actually the Kensa Charger.
Yes. You know, as much as Kensa Charger has a rad-looking design, I can't say it is the best weapon that I agree with. I mean, Baller, very strong weapon, but doesn't really fit the actual kit itself, just because once you pop the Baller, well, you have really no way of getting out. And also, if you might have noticed there, that she's not wearing any special power-up, so that Baller is going to get shredded pretty quickly.
Especially if there's any object shredder on the other side, which I'm assuming there would be, especially with the Forge having that. You see the first score coming in already on the side of literally Undecided, actually. They are going to push in here, but they're going to all go down and only gets a 68 for their trebles. And now Lux is going to push up here. They do have 2 balls ready. Going to push up with that baller. Very smart push up as well. Lux ready, gonna try and get another pick here, jumping in with another ball. Gonna miss the throw though. Hopefully they can get up here in time. They do, already down to 40, and that is a pretty big push, and they're probably going back in for more.
And you see, that is exactly the issue that is wrong with suicide pushes, is that they had a lead, but they all went down, and you basically grant them access to the entire map, free real estate, and just get it all the way down to 16.
Yeah, we do see a couple people go in the drink there, and now we see, hopefully they're going to shut this down. It's all the way down to 1. They only need 1 more. Latios tries to go in and get that. Very valiant effort, but unfortunately not able to, and that is going to be the wipe. So now we hopefully can see literally Undecided come back in here and find their own counter push, and find a way to stop BigEvil's Bongos from pushing back in. I mean, 49 is a pretty big penalty to push back through. Tripsian gonna get a ball here, and we'll see if they can get set up now.
And you see, the thing is, they have a lot of clams and they have a lot of specials here. So the important part here is that they need to get some picks and they need to pop those specials to get some sort of pick going. But unfortunately, just going to get slayed there by the Tenantech, going to get a 2-piece and just going to waste their entire push in specials.
Yeah, I think it was kind of that thing we were talking about again. They kind of started to back up, gave a little more, and then they didn't end up having any room to move. And now we see that BigEvil's Bongos is actually on the offensive, and they're able to hold this street. The street is very important. But we do see Latios bullying here a little bit with some bombs. We see the ball ready to go. They're pushed up now in a little more aggressive position, kind of a sneaky spot. We see Alfie going to go down, but they do score here. Latios now coming in with the Inkjet. Going to get the pick on Celadon, a wonderful direct. Jumping out smartly as well to survive and stick around, get back in the battle a little bit faster.
Yeah, so that was actually very, that was a very excellent segment for Latios there, as they did a good job pressuring. And pressuring isn't just about killing the enemy team. It's about throwing bombs, being a presence there, distracting enemy teammates, and just allowing this window of opportunity for the rest of your team to get some scores.
A bit unfortunate there that Latios was found out, but does still get the pick. Like you said, there's not a whole lot you can do after you pop that ball, or you're just kind of in there. And now this is all the way down to 13 penalty, 10 penalty now. Gonna go down to this bomb that was in here, and it's gonna go to game. And that is gonna be 3-1 for BigEvil's Bongos. They are going to take it over literally Undecided. A valiant effort, though. They seem to get a little bit more coordinated on their specials. It worked out a lot better for them, and we'll see what they do with their next set.
Yep, that was some excellent games there. Just unfortunately not able to find that synergy that they were looking for, and just overall a lot of passiveness from literally Undecided, who just couldn't really get it together and just kind of pressure the enemy